This epic roller coaster ended a couple weeks ago, and man, what a ride it has been. Everything from the first time Jin Mori bestowed a badass kick upon Kane, to the moment when something inside him awakened and he showed everyone who is the boss. There is some seriously staggering action in this anime. Now, before we talk more about it, I just want you to all go like this video and also subscribe if you're new here, if you haven't already. It really helps the channel, so thank you. With that said, let's get back to the video. Now, I know there were some flaws in this anime, like the story was vague and the narrative was weak at times, but the anime never held back on the action, and that's more or less the very reason why you should watch it. As for the plot, it goes like this. There's a 17-year-old high school student named Jin Mori. He lives all alone and he has an insane thirst for fighting strong guys so that he can keep getting stronger. He kinda reminds you of Goku, and that isn't a bad thing. Both of them are inspired by the legendary Monkey King Sun Wukong, and both of them are ridiculously strong. And they only get serious whenever there is a serious fight going on, or something very serious happens, like losing a loved one or having to protect somebody. Otherwise, you'll just see them smiling, saying something stupid, or eating, or sleeping. That's it. Now, as I say this, I don't want you to think that Jin Mori is Goku's ripoff. He is most certainly not. They share a few habits, and like I said before, they do indeed give off similar vibes, but that's all there is to it. This does trigger a very interesting question though. Out of these two, which one of them is stronger? But that is a question for those Webtoon readers who just happen to be also reading the Dragon Ball Super manga. For this video, we are only going to consider the anime. I do have a full-fledged analysis on Jin Mori coming up in the next few days. We'll talk more about him in that analysis, so be on the lookout for that. And if you're watching this video in the future, I must have already uploaded it, so do me a favor, check it out. Alright, back to the video. So the main character of this anime is Jin Mori, and the first episode starts with him rushing to the arena for the God of High School tournament. On the way, he comes across Yu Mira. She is a young girl who likes strong, muscly guys, and she herself isn't just a pushover either. She is the successor to the legendary Moonlight Sword style, and truth be told, she is also very strong. They also encounter a calm and cool looking guy named Han. He is a nice guy who doesn't like to talk much, and he is also very strong. As the three of them head to the tournament, they have to take a little detour to capture a running thief, but they arrive at the arena just in the nick of time, and from there on out, the hype gets real. We are shown a battle royale of Seoul's strongest high school students, and man, that is one hell of a sight. The main antagonist group is an organization called Nox. Not much has been revealed about them, but their goal is to either revive or destroy some god, and the only way to do that is through a key. You'll find out more about it in the later episodes. Now, one of the main sources of strength in this anime is the act of borrowing power, and that act takes one's strength to a whole new level. But there is still a limit to how much one can control this borrowed power, so it doesn't just make one invincible. It is an interesting way to become stronger. I wonder if Jin Mori's grandfather has a borrowed power. He is rumored to be the strongest man alive after all. Well, anyways, this is more or less what this anime is about. It came out back in July and ended a couple weeks ago. It wasn't the best anime of that season, and it wasn't even the best non-sequel of summer 2020, but it was still an incredibly good anime. I loved the first episode. I loved how they animated the fights. I loved the art style, the OSTs, as well as the visuals. Sure, the story was a bit rushed and a lot of things started happening all at once, which wasn't a very good approach. Like even in Dragon Ball, things take some time to come together, and that's one of its strengths. Still though, if you take a look at the God of High School anime as a whole, you'll see it was a job well done. I haven't read the webtoon, so I am not sure about how much content they skipped. But if we are talking about the action, then I genuinely liked all those moves from famous Asian martial arts. Mix that with all the supernatural stuff we saw in the fights, and boom, we have a collection of some seriously good fights with some top tier animation that is very rare in and of itself. I made a review of the top 5 God of High School videos. I'll put that link down in the description for you guys to check out. It's pretty obvious that Crunchyroll, Webtoon, and Studio Mappa didn't hold back on the budget, not even a cent. They put in everything they've got. It's a shame that they didn't explore the actual plot well, but still, the fights were so well animated that for an action anime fan such as myself, I could practically feel the energy radiating out of the screen. From the scene when Jin Mori kicked the snot out of Kane to the time when he went plus ultra on Jekyll, we get to see an awful lot of some crazy top tier action. And don't forget the glorious visuals. They make the atmosphere feel just right, be it the fights or some other moment. Well, at the end of the day, the God of High School Anime is about a tournament to decide the strongest high school student, and that's exactly what it does. So even though I have several questions, I don't have much to complain about. On a scale of 0 to 10, with 0 being horrible and 10 being a masterpiece, I would rate it a 7 out of 10. And that's only because I am trying not to be biased here. If I rate it on the basis of how much I enjoyed it, then it's a solid 8 out of 10. It had its flaws, but I still loved it. I'd say, if you haven't watched this anime yet and you are a sucker for action anime with fights and stuff like that, this should definitely be on your list. And if you have already watched it, let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video and you want to see more videos like this, make sure you give the video a like and make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new here. As always, I'm the Bearded Saiyan. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time.